Hello. Hello. How are you? I'm alright. Hello, YouTube. Two things to talk about tonight. One of them is a topic as such. The other is just something funny. I'm going to start with the funny. The other day I was discussing with a work colleague my videos. He was saying, oh, what have you got planned? What are you doing next? What kind of videos are you going to try and get done? Stuff like that, you know. Just questions about everything. So I was just talking to him about it, and one of my other colleagues walked in and overheard what we were talking about. Now, I didn't realise how it sounded while I was saying it, but basically I turned to my colleague and I was like, well, basically what I want to do is I want to record my helmet. I need either the missus or someone else to help me record my helmet and take pictures of it, because I want to put it online. So I got my colleague at the door, stood there gobsmacked looking at me, and I'm like, what? What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? And it didn't dawn on me what I'd just been saying, because I was thinking in the context of my motorcycle helmet. I wanted to take pictures of it because obviously, other than seeing the front end of my bike, you don't actually know much about what I look like. So that's what I was talking about, but obviously it sounded different. So let's move on to the topic now that I've gotten that awkwardness out of the way. Oh god, they were in stitches for hours, they were. Would you take pictures of my helmet? Please? Please take pictures of my helmet. Anyway, the topic is... alright, I'll just go into it. I watch a lot of these motorcycle fail videos. Now, I don't watch them out of some sick perversion. It's not something I do because I enjoy it. Well, I do, obviously, but it's not for the reasons you're thinking. I watch them because I study them as well. You know, you watch it to see where people fail, and if you discount all incidences that occur that involve another vehicle, I would say the largest contributor to single motorcycle incidents, you know, where a rider will come off, could be completely attributed to, well, not completely, that's the wrong thing to say, can be attributed to issues with target fixation, which is something they go over during your CBT and your Mod 1, Mod 2, whatnot, but I don't think they cover it enough. It is this vlogger's opinion that target fixation is one of the biggest accident causes for motorcycle vloggers. One of our biggest killers is target fixation. No, it's not. But for all motorcyclists, the biggest error they make is target fixation. Now, on a smaller bike, it's manageable. Well, I wouldn't say manageable, more easily corrected if you do make the mistake. Speaking from experience, when I was riding my little Honda CG, if I became target fixated on something and then realised I could do something about it quite easily, I could just go dick and pull back in. But once you get on a bigger bike, it all changes. The physics change, the mindset changes, the speeds change, the weight changes, everything is different. And from what I've seen, most errors in motorcyclists are target fixation issues, which aren't covered enough in your training. Now, I'm guilty of it. I'm going to hold my hands up and say, yes, I have quite often got target fixation. I did it just a couple of weeks ago. You know, I was looking at this bush that I really like the look of and wanted to get... Wait, no. Alright, scratch that. But, you know, you get target fixated on something, like you're riding along, you see a nice car, you go, fucking hell, look at that car. Next thing you know, you're in the middle of the road. Target fixation has to be the biggest incident causer for motorcyclists, in my opinion. Now, we all know I'm wrong most of the time, so let's just discount everything I say from now on. But from what I've seen, that is what causes a lot of it. You see a rider going into a corner too hot, he sees that he's going too fast. Now, under them circumstances, and this has saved my life, I can say that openly and honestly, because I have made the mistake, I've gone into a corner, the corner's doable at about 30-40 mile an hour, but I have hit that corner doing approximately 50 because I've just been away with the fairies, looking around myself, and I've gone into the corner, and that's when I've realised I've gone, oh shit, I'm in too high a gear, I'm going too fast, I'm beyond the point of braking. Braking in the corner is possible. I don't want to say I can do it, but in crunch situations I have been known to brake in corners. It's scary and unnerving, but I can do it when necessary. But this was one of them times when it just wasn't going to be doable. It was bad conditions for braking in corners, so I just, I thought, oh fuck, this is game over for me. Ninja 88 signing out sort of thing. But then the training and my own mind took over. As I was going into the corner, I find myself looking, rather than fixating on the thing I was about to hit, which I started to do, I was like, oh shit, I just went right. And I basically put my head to a 90-degree angle from where I was going to hit. I was just like, I'm going there. That's where I want to be, that's where I should be. And sure enough, I leaned the bike over that little bit more than I normally would. It was hairy, sketchy. I'm not going to say it was a neat turn. It wasn't like from Brit Ninja shithead on a motorbike to MotoGP rider standards, doof, over and round. No, it was sketchy, it was uncool. I ran long. I basically cut the corner by going to the inside and then ran out of the corner on the outside. It was a fucking dodgy corner, I gotta admit. But it was that training that got me through it. It was my mindset saying, you've come to this point, you normally take this corner at a relaxed speed and a relaxed angle, you've got to step up your game, son. And it was that got me through it, because I just literally dunk straight through it. It saved my life, because otherwise I would have hit the wall and gone over, because it was up on the A5, which, if you don't know, runs from near Wrexham. Well, actually that's wrong. I shouldn't say it runs from near Wrexham because it's quite longer than that, but where I join it is just by Wrexham, and it goes all the way through the Welsh Mountains all the way over onto Anglesey. And that's the only bit of it I ride. I don't ride further into Wales or England on it. I just get past Wrexham and off I go. But anyway, target fixation nearly caused me to hit a wall and go off the edge of what I'm going to call a very steep hill through woodland. But thankfully, training and mindset got me through that situation. But that's what I'm saying, they don't cover target fixation enough, in my opinion, because they don't prep you for that sort of thing. On a 125, like I say, it's manageable. If you do it, you just kind of shrug it off and go, oh, better not do that again. Once you get on a bigger bike, now I can't speak for cruisers and big endurance bikes that you ride across entire continents, but on a super bike, you've got a lot of weight up top. It's not balanced precisely, it's all very up top weight. Yeah, you can throw yourself over very quick, but getting back from that position can be phenomenally bad. So, I can't speak about cruisers, but just having the right mindset helps, which is why I brought up the training. They don't bring up how it's going to affect you if you get target fixated. They don't cover it in a great way. They do a little bit, but that's the one I went to. I don't know about the ones you learned at, my viewers, but I think there should be a little bit more in there. And if you're a young biker, a learner or whatever, these are the kind of things you need to know. If you get target fixated easily, you need to change your game up, because target fixation on a 125 is worlds apart from target fixation on a bigger bike. I should imagine it'd be worse on a cruiser, because on this bike, oh dear, come to a stop. On a bigger bike, it's different. It's the only way I can describe it's different. Like this thing, I know that in a crunch I can push it further and further until my knees are nearly touching the deck. Dangerous, but I know it's possible. I don't know about a cruiser. I think on a cruiser you've got so much turn angle until you actually run out of turnability. Of course, one of you guys like Skeggy or Lego Ambush or someone else is going to have to confirm that for me. But I know on a sports bike I've got that little bit extra lean from what I normally do. but still, I don't like doing it because it's scary as balls. Putting your bike over to the point you're nearly touching the ground with your knee and you're not wearing sliders, it's just like, I'm inches away from removing skin from my legs. Hoorah! So, you know, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. In my opinion, target fixation causes more accidents than anything else. If you exclude vehicular incidences where a vehicle collides with you. Obviously some of the older boys, Suffolk Andy and so on. Damn it, I'm so terrible with names, I'm really sorry guys. I keep trying to remember names but I'm useless with it. But yeah, you know, the old hands, the old boys, they will have a lot of experience dealing with target fixation and whatnot, because they'll be doing it for years. Whereas the youngsters, they don't think of it as seriously as we do, so God, I'm 24 for fuck's sake, I'm talking like I'm one of the older lads. But anyway, you know, it is a serious issue that you've got to think about. If you are a young lad on a learner and you're thinking about going up to bigger bikes, no matter what type of bike, always think about target fixation. Do not get fixated, always look through your corners. And that's been your lesson with Britain Injury 88.